Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how I edit a maternity image. Okay, so this is straight out of the camera. You're seeing background stuff here. Obviously you see my giant light. I use one light setup. I'm just going to zoom in on her. Pretty perfect. Right out of camera. All right, so the first thing, I'm going to come over here, do a quick levels check. I like to make sure, like I always tell you guys, that this slider is right here on the edge of this furthest line here, which it is. I don't really think I need to bring it in anymore. She looks very well lit. I can slide it like a tiny bit. I don't really need to. I'm going to flatten my layer. Command J, because I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool, make a nice long rectangle. Command T for transform. I'm holding the shift button and I'm just going to drag this over. Enter, Command D to deselect. So easy. Now right here, I probably can't do that. I can see, oops. I might have to, let's see, this is very tiny. Command T, pull this over, D, Command D, sorry. Let me just get this out of my way. So it's not terrible. I'm going to use my eyedropper tool right here. Click on the black. Get my brush tool. Nice and big. Lower the opacity around halfway. I'm just going to paint some black back here. Again, eyedropper tool. Painting. So, sorry. 50,000 actions, but I like to use LSP Black's brush. I'm going to do this full on, 100%. And it's okay that it's lighter on that side because that's where the light's coming from. All right. I'm going to flatten my layer again. And use my eyedropper tool. I'm selecting like a really black part, Command J, because I want to duplicate the layer. That way if I get any of this black paint on her, I can just mask it off. Oh, I didn't realize that was 100%. Hold on. Let's back this down. I always go about halfway. Get some nice dark color there. Brush tool. Let's just paint on some of this. So my black backdrop, I use black seamless paper from Savage. It's so old and there's like footprints on it. It's a hot mess. So like you can see all of that on there. I'm going to go darker again. Zoom out some so I can see what the heck I'm doing. That's in my way. So you guys, I'm just painting. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do a layers mask. So you're gonna click that little thing right there. It looks like a camera. This white box just popped up. Over here, you wanna make sure your black brush is checked at the top. So you wanna switch that, hit X, super easy. That's gonna mask off any of the paint that we just did, anywhere where we don't really want it. So I just kinda go over her. And I'm still just using my brush tool. I'm just going over her because I don't want any black paint on her. Okay. I'm going to flatten my layer again. Now I'm going to come and I'm using LSP. This is all from the maternity, her Studio Maternity set. So this is the Perfect Skin airbrush. I'm going to play that. The black and black brush is also from the maternity set. All right, I'm going to zoom in. Look how this smooths. It's so amazing. And I like my people to be nicely airbrushed because I just feel like that sets it apart a little bit. And that's kind of what makes it look nice and polished, like a portrait. I don't want them to look fake, obviously, but now I keep her belly button unless she asked for me to fix that. It looks like maybe she had a piercing there at one point. I don't go changing stuff on my clients' bodies unless they ask. That's probably a good practice because I don't want to offend somebody by taking something out. I'm just masking off her lip right here. And I'm gonna just mask off a little bit right here because I like her highlighter. I went back to my white brush, just pulled the opacity up. Right here, I'm gonna pull the opacity down again. I'm just gonna like on her eyes. Her makeup looks phenomenal, so I don't wanna mess it up. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do to this is I'm going to use my LSP textures, which everybody asks me which ones I use. I have them all. It's crazy. But for this one, let's go here. I like this one. I put a texture over the black just to avoid if there's any banding that I can't see. So this action pretty much walks you through it. This is the skin paint, so B brush. Make sure your brush is nice and big. Make sure it's set at a high opacity because I don't want any texture on her. So this is gonna remove, oh sorry, yeah. This is gonna remove any texture that was put over top of her. Can't see the texture that much in this particular one because I painted the black so dark. I don't always do that. And you can really see the texture. I zoom in just to make sure you can see it there on the edge of her dress. What's cool about the textures is that you can also, if you look over here, the skin paint, you can paint skin darker, you can paint skin lighter, which is nice. Oh my God. I don't know why all my emails are coming in here now. I guess I told it to do that. Super annoying. You can see the texture through here. And in print, you would see the texture for sure. I'm gonna flatten again. That's pretty much done. I was gonna see if I do a quick curves layer. If you can see the texture a little bit more if I pull this up some. See, you can really see the texture there. So if I wanted to see it, I could pull this up and mask that off her, but I'm like pretty okay with just seeing it a little bit. I actually really like this. So that's it. That's all you do. Her hair was being blown by a fan, which I love. If I wanted to get a little more funky with that, I could mask off and liquefy. Sorry, I'm like sniffing, but the pollen is god awful here in Virginia right now. Springtime, that's what we get. All right, so I'm just liquefying her hair. I could pull it out a little bit more if I want. Make it a little bigger, a little funkier. I love that her hair is blowing back like this. She had some great hair too. You can like, you know, make the dress move a little bit too if you want. Don't really need to. But that's it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe. Bye!